65 or something. All right, that's Dr. Drew over there. Who cares? More importantly, here's Adam over here. Here comes Scott from Crystal Method. And Ken, the truck driving, house music, party mix making son of a bitch from Vegas is here.
Ever since you've made us aware of it, the truck driver aspect is really working, man.
It really is. Yeah, I can see that. Jesus Christ, we got to start a band, Drew. We really got to start a band. All right, I'll get into Crystal Method and all the ins and outs of them. I just have to tell you very quickly what went on with me today. Otherwise, I'll be distracted by it.
You were with Korn.
I was with Korn today, and it's part of the reason I'm hoarse and part of the reason why I'm so tired is because I only slept 4.5 hours last night. Because
routine for you, though.
I know, but I'm feeling extra punchy today because I did the same thing the day before and I didn't recharge my batteries.
You traveled a bunch today.
I got on a plane this morning about 7:30, 8 o'clock to go to Sacramento to meet up with Korn to do some in-store thing with them over there, and then I flew back about 4 o'clock and had to do some real long voiceover thing for Buzz Lightyear, the cartoon. I'm Buzz's commander, but I had 44 lines to do, and the way they do these voiceovers for these cartoons is they go,
boom, 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 boom.
No.
Again,
no.
again.
Yeah, and they go again, and then they go, give me just the same line, just give me 5 different ways. And you go, help, the troopers are coming. Help, the troopers are coming. Help, the troopers are coming. Help, them troopers are coming. And then they go, okay, 10 more for safety. And by the time, so you do one line 500 times, and we got 44 of them to do.
Help them, troopers coming.
Help, them troopers coming.
How long did it take you?
It was 2 hours of just yelling into a microphone, but I just got off a plane and hustled over to the studio. I was going nuts, but the Korn thing was great. The Korn guys are great. They're doing this whole big thing where it's Korn family values across America, and
dude, they've always had the weirdest, best, genius promotion campaign.
They're pulling up to these in-stores in monster trucks and in Sherman tanks, and there's 2,000 screaming maniacal kids there. We pull up in a dually, a Ford dually truck, Ford 350 dually, but it's stretched. It's got a 20-foot section of a DC-10 put in the middle of it or something. It's like a pickup truck, but it's 45 feet long.
It's a limousine dually.
And it's a limousine,
wow.
and there's me and Korn packed into this thing, and they got Hell's Angels escorting them that are burning out in the parking lot of the Tower Record out in Sacramento, and it's total insanity. But it went great and had a good time. The only funny thing that happened was Jim Rose is there too, from Jim Rose's Circus of Freaks.
And his Freaks, or just Jim Rose?
Well, Jim Rose, but he's the leader of the Freaks.
Yeah, the Freaks came though. The Freaks were with him.
Yeah, he's sort of no, he didn't bring the Freaks with him, but he brought his own penis and chainsaw, and that was enough, you know.
I see.
So the funny thing is Jim and I, after all the chaos and all the thing, there's a little lull, and Jim and I go sit in the very back of the store, past the roped-off area, and we're sitting out back in the loading dock, and we're sitting on a couple boxes, and we're smoking a cigarette. I'm talking heart-to-heart to Jim. I'm saying things like, Jim, you're not a young man anymore, and, where do you live? And he says, I live in Seattle. And I say, well, what do you got over there? Got a nice house? And, no, just a storage shed and a post office box. And I say, well, what are you doing with all your money? I'm just putting it in the bank. I tour nonstop. I go to Europe. I play 300 dates a year. I fill 15,000-seat venues and blah, 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 blah. And I say, well, what are you doing with all the money? I mean, what's the plan?
Next?
You want to buy some land in Montana and make a nice A-frame cabin and just call it a life? No, I'm a performer. I'm an artist. I perform, and that's what I do. And I said, well, what about, do you have any kids? Do you have a wife? Yeah, I have a wife. We're married, and she travels with me. She shoots a fire out of her vagina. And I'm trying to keep a straight face. Okay, that's nice. You work her into the act. So I said, a real straight face. He's taking a drag off a cigarette and shoots fire out of her vagina. I said, okay, that's a natural progression. two must have met on the
What
road
does
or
he
something.
do? I don't know what his deal is.
He shoots like estrogen out of his penis.
No, come on.
I mean, he like hangs like anvils from his testicles. I don't even know all what he does.
He gets people to do all kinds
He
of
gets people to like
things.
ingest bile and stuff.
That's nice.
And does stuff with a chainsaw, and they're trying to get me to put a apple in my mouth, and Jim was going to carve it up with a chainsaw.
Oh.
So listen, anyone whose wife shoots fire out of the vagina is not getting near me with a chainsaw. This is a guy with nothing to lose. So I looked at him and I said, Jim, my girlfriend about 3 days out of the month will shoot a little fire out of the vagina. And he looks at me, yeah, I hear that. Of course, you can't do it consistently enough to go on the road with it. I mean, she's no pro. No disrespect toward the wife. I'm sure she shoots it out, on a daily basis. I thought, Jesus Christ, what kind of relationship is that? Shooting fire. And believe me, she shoots it out at the wrong time, and he's shooting fire out of his ass.
Yeah, it's gotta suck if she can really control it,
Yeah, and I was talking to my friend Jimmy, who we're just as a mutual friend, all of ours, who you did that great remix for, and it's a long story. I don't want to get into it on K-Rock Morning Show. And he said to me, while I was telling him this on the phone, he goes, could you imagine how pissed off her gynecologist would be? And I said, yeah, I know, because some gynecologist would chastise their patient. I told you to go with the cotton briefs, and you didn't go, and see what you got. But you're shooting fire out of your vagina. I got to believe that's not on the list. You know what I mean? Don't you got to be pissed, Drew?
Even pissed.
As a doctor, wouldn't you be upset about that?
Concerned.
All right. And I don't even know how you begin to do that. I don't know if it's you have to drink kerosene or you somehow put it up there. All right. Let's talk to the crystal method. I got to say, I've run into you guys a couple of times since you were on last. And when the hell were you on last?
I don't know. We were on TV last.
Was that the last time? Was that the last time you were on? But I ran into you a time or two.
We've been harassing you systematically in all the radio festivals.
Right, and on the radio, like what, a year and change ago? I mean, it's been.
Last time we were on, I think, was...
No, we saw you, I think, in Portland.
February,
we saw you in
before our last
Portland.
tour.
Right.
And then we saw you at Winnie Roast.
Yeah. February 4th, producer Ann says. And a lot's been going on with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is, you're really getting into the big time here.
It's all because of the truck driving lessons.
Because I remember when I first met you, you guys were, pretty green, pretty fresh, just starting up, just playing some gigs. And now it's all I'm hearing about.
That's cool.
They're really masters in the studio, Drew. It's not.
I've noticed.
All right. Do you have? We'll get to the dates and we'll get to something off the CD and all that kind of stuff. If in fact we have a CD here, did you think one arrived? Oh, Busy Child's queued up.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, you want to hear that? Let's do that, Mike. Let's do a little something on Crystal Meth. All right. So it's going to be a slightly disjointed show because I'm feeling disjointed, and when I'm out,
There's no one here to capture you.
no, Drew goes too.
I'm not too bad tonight, so maybe I'll pick up the slack a
Really?
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Maybe actually take some calls.
Scott and Ken are both here from Crystal Method. Vegas is the name of the CD.
It's like 1 out of 4 times you put that "the" in there.
The Crystal Method.
We appreciate that when it comes in there.
Do you like it?
Well, the is...
Is it?
That's
Yeah,
part of the name.
All right, don't be a jackass, Drew, because a lot of bands get pissed off when you put the in front of them.
All right. Let's go to calls.
Like Menudo. You know what I'm saying?
The Menudo.
You want
Smokey.
5 Mexicans on you. You say the Menudo.
Smokey the Bear.
All right. Daryl,
Yes,
you're 18.
yes, I am.
What's going on?
I'm an aspiring transsexual, and I run into a few snags. There's not very many people I know that are like me, and I'm looking for as much advice as I can get.
True, help this guy.
Hold on a second. Sounds kind of bogus to me. Does that sound bogus to you?
Let me get into it.
No, it
Is
sounds
it-
like he thinks it's a cool thing.
As much advice as he can get, though, it sounds like he wants to hear you talk about transsexuality
Yeah,
for a
that's
half
fine.
hour.
We'll talk with him.
All right.
What have you done so far?
I'm sorry?
What have you done so far?
I've taken Pramin and progesterone.
Have you gone to any of the clinics that actually do this procedure?
No, my friend, her father ran a pharmacy, and she was able to get behind the counter.
Why don't you go and have this actually?
I've been really scared to go to other clinics and other doctors and talk to them.
I'm totally confused. I mean, somebody who's going to be a transsexual is going to have a surgery, right?
Yes.
And if you're going to do that, you've got to do that. Is it just that you haven't gotten to that point yet, or?
It's all. I've got everything planned out in my head.
Where are you going to go?
I'm waiting for a few years until after I finish college before I do anything. But it's just I've got the fear of talking to a lot of people to their face with this.
I see. So that's why you called us.
Right.
Right. And what is the concern you have when you speak to people about it face to face?
I'm not sure. I can tell from looking into people's eyes what they think, and my own adopted family, my adopted father, I can look into his eyes and he may say he's cool with it, but I look right into his eyes and I can tell he's not.
Well, I mean,
because he's crying. I mean, listen, there's no dad's cool with their kids switching gender midstream on them. I mean, I don't want to be cruel here, Daryl, but let's face it, it is a little disappointing.
Don't be that is cruel, but they're going to have conflicted.
Well, it is.
They're going to have conflicted feelings about it, right? You know, they're going to be.
You know, let me tell you what conflicted means. Part of them wants him to be a transsexual.
No.
The other part doesn't.
No, part of them is pissed off. Part of them is depressed. Part of them. No, I don't think so because it fits. And were you a foster child, Daryl?
I was a ward of the court. I lived in a couple group homes. And
Were you sexually abused along the way?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
All right.
So
well, that's why
it fits. Okay.
But Daryl.
Yes.
Listen, I know in your heart you want to be something other than you are, but I'm telling you, you're a couple short years of therapy away from keeping your penis.
Let me ask you this: what kind of relationships do you imagine having after you have the transsexual operation?
A straight female relationship. I want to be a straight female.
Straight female. Okay. Many of these transsexuals actually, male to female, become female to have lesbian relationships. Which is, when I first heard that, I treated a couple of patients that had done that, and I almost had to diagram it to figure out what the hell. Wait a minute.
Going to India to get a hamburger.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's a lot of work for no payoff.
Well, Daryl, they're going to require you to spend some years in therapy and to live as a woman for a time and to take some hormones and whatnot. It's a long, drawn-out process.
I'm aware of that. I'm ready to take any risks there are.
Daryl, let me ask you this though, Daryl. And here's my point with this whole mess. I don't believe you're the way you are because it's your nature. I believe you were created this way because of what was done to you when you were younger. Sexual abuse and absent parents and all this kind of stuff. I'm sure that you were created. Now, here's the question, though. Can we uncreate you? And if the answer is no, then maybe not. It's like maybe a guy's gay because his uncle put his hand down his pants for the first 5 years of his life. But on the other hand, he's 25 now, and he likes guys. So who am I to argue with him? Maybe I'm going to make him miserable if I try to talk him out of it. On the other hand, I get the feeling you're going to be miserable when you have a vagina. And it's just, you're going to be out 50 grand, you're going to have a couple of scars, and I don't think you're going to have a turnaround. And believe me, you guys that want to be girls, you're not going to be living the life of Heather Locklear.
Right.
I got news for you. You are going to be something different, and it's going to be painful. And I think you'd be better off working on yourself now and then seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about that, Daryl?
I agree. I mean, it's
really
things. Just I mean, I agree with part of you with the scars, and it's just
the emotional scars or the physical scars.
Both.
Oh, okay. All right. But the point is I mean, Daryl's 18 years old. Who the hell wasn't confused when they were 18? And thank God I didn't make any long-lasting decisions at 18.
Well, he's thinking about waiting until he finishes college at least. So he's in school. He's going to be a productive guy. I mean, he's got some confusion going on, and maybe he'll decide to do it. My advice to you, Daryl, and that's what you're looking for, is you wait till you're through with college. Make sure you go to a reputable institution that does this stuff. And in the meantime, do what Adam said and get me some group work or some therapy, some trauma recovery. I mean, there's people that specialize in trauma recovery now. Check that out.
You need to stop taking these pills
I
that
beg
aren't
your
even
pardon.
prescribed
Yes.
by...
Thank you. I didn't mention that. You're taking pills surreptitiously, and God knows, I mean, it kills me when that happens. But you've got to stop that. You can get problems with your blood pressure. You can get problems with your liver. It can really be a problem in men taking estrogens.
But, I mean, come on, he says he's afraid to talk to people about it, but he's only going to people who aren't even specialists in this. I mean, if he's really serious, he knows that people who really would be understanding and listen and be knowledgeable would be the people that actually...
But some people, you know, it is the face-to-face reality is a little more intense than it is in the anonymity across the phone, especially the people that are going to carve up your penis. I mean, that's an intense reality to come to terms with.
It's like Thanksgiving at Dahmer's place. Carve up your penis. And let me tell you something. You dentists who are listening to me, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. Got back from the dentist last week. These bastards haven't done anything. Still using the same scraping tools that Mengele used on his victims. And they got nothing over there. Meanwhile, we figured out a way to detach a penis and sew in a vagina and turn a man into a woman. But you goddamn dentists can't figure out anything better than to take a scalpel and scrape my bleeding gums. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Take a quick call. They are.
I'm not done with you dentists either.
Marcus, what's going on?
Yeah, I have 2 questions.
Real quick.
My first question is, I wanted to ask Adam how he got to be on that Virgin Cola commercial.
I blew the second AD.
What Virgin Cola commercial?
I did I told you I did that Virgin Cola.
I can't remember what you say.
Oh, Jesus, Drew. You don't know I'm a big star?
No.
The one that's on TV or the one that's on the radio?
The one on TV.
No. There's one on the radio, too, which is the one on TV without me, without a picture of me to go along with it. I don't know. Somebody called me, and they just said, hey, you want to stand up on the soapbox and talk, you know.
That one. Oh!
Shut up, Drew. I'm going to talk to the Crystal Method about this because I understand cool. Virgin Cola is doing this campaign where you can just talk about anything you want to talk about, and they're dead serious. They put a soap. It's essentially a soapbox up, like the cliche.
What
Get
was
up
your
on the soapbox. I had 3 subjects. 3 subjects. One is we have to replace cake with pie. Is the national form of celebratory confection, meaning no birthday cake, birthday pie,
cake sex,
wedding pie, and all that. The other one was. Mr. Gregory, the guy who failed me out of what was it? What I failed? Driver's ed. He failed me in the 10th grade in driver's ed. I delivered a personal message to Mr. Gregory to kiss my hairy ass. I'm up here on a soapbox. I got a limo waiting for me. A nice big house in the hills. You're living in a sweatbox in Van Nuys. Enjoy. Enjoy, you bastard. You're miserable like I was that whole summer. Taking that damn class over. And the number 3 was, and I think this is the one they're running, you know, women are constantly complaining about when they go to a venue like I don't know, the opera or a concert or a sporting event, how they have to wait in long lines to get to the bathroom. But guys, there's never a line for this, and they constantly whine about this. The reason there's a long line for the woman's bathroom is not because there's less toilets. It's because we all piss in a trough with our arms hooked around each other. As a matter of fact, if you want to scratch your nuts, you got to ask the guy to let go of your arm so you can get to him. You like pigs at a trough, like animals. And if all you broads crapped in a big hole in the center of the bathroom floor, you could all fit in, believe me. But you got your lounge, you got your powder mirror there, you guys have your dignity. Your things are sectioned off, there's doors, there's the smell of potpourri. Us guys, we just piss on each other's feet. And they don't even provide a partition, ladies. We just piss right next to the other guy. You just stand there. Hey, well, nice Johnson. All right. How's that going?
I have a hard time aiming.
And it really isn't a big, in most sports venues, it is a big sink.
When you go to Dodger Stadium, you essentially piss on the ground, except for there's a drain on the ground and a little curb, so the stuff doesn't flow back up your pants. And yeah, you can get 400 guys pissing in about 30 foot of wall space, but they're all pissing on top of each other. Spend $50 to piss on a guy's loafers.
And those drains are never fast.
No, and here comes like a cigar butt coming down the canal, you know. Hey, back off, I'm going to get this one. The Tipperilla at 4 o'clock, Bill. Yeah. And there's always some old guy who can't get started. and you're feeling kind of bad. He's been standing there. He was there when you got there. You're finishing up, and he's just talking to his dick. Come on, let's go now. Come on, you're embarrassing me now. You want to say something, but you don't know what to do. You just look straight ahead at the tile. It's a degrading, humiliating experience. Women complain, but believe me, you got it good. You got your dignity. You don't have the secondhand spray issue that a lot of us have. It was something like that. Anyways, that cover it?
That's about it.
All right, Crystal Method is here. I'm going to get some more coffee. Films of sharks biting, and that membrane goes over their eyes to protect their eyeballs. My membrane goes over my ears when I'm masturbating. I can't hear anything. Phone goes ringing. Someone's banging at the door. I hear my mom's voice echoing in my head. It's all drowning out. All right. Yeah, Natasha Enstridge admitted on this show that she had a crush on me.
And that he blew it.
And then he
there
blew
was a
it.
window of opportunity that passed.
Drew, I think...
Chicks are always interested in you, and you like beat it in the ground so much by the time
I
end of the
believe
show.
she was pregnant at the time that she divulged this to you. Was that not the case?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of safe. Yeah. But still, that's one mama I wouldn't mind. She is so good looking. All right, I'm going to give some dates out here for the Crystal Method. August 29th, they're going to be in Austin. The 31st, they're going to be in Lawrence, Kansas. September 5th, and I'm skipping around here, boys, because I'm hitting the markets we're in. September 5th, they're in Orlando. September 17th, Detroit. 18th, Cleveland. 19th, Chicago. 21st of September, Minneapolis. Denver, the 23rd. Salt Lake City, 24th. Oh, you guys are in trouble.
Yeah.
25th, San Francisco. 26th, Los Angeles.
You're not in a bus, are you?
27th death.
Yeah.
I love the bus. The dark. You pull that curtain over back, and you have that little womb.
Here we have the juxtaposition. Loves the bus.
You hate the bus?
Too.
Well, did you guys travel in one of those traditional style
We
tour
get
buses?
the bomb bus. We've got the satellite dish that tracks the satellite while we're driving now. It's pretty cool, dude.
And those are the ones that have the cool, they always seem to be painted blue, and they have no windows on the side except for toward the front. Like those ones, they look like a big Greyhound bus, but they're converted.
Yeah, they've got a window in the back.
Burgundy and blue are the ones I always see them in. And I think there's a business that leases those things out.
A few businesses.
I believe. And maybe some acts own them. I don't know if you've been around for a million
anyone that
years.
actually owns them because you don't want to. They are so expensive.
Somebody who, a band like Metallica or some huge bands,
right?
They have their own plane, so they have a couple buses sitting around and because they tour consistently.
Right. Now, you guys, so those things have the satellite dish. They got the, jumper beds or bunk beds or whatever the hell they got. A kitchen, the whole thing?
There's some kind of, kitchen area. Just lounges in the back and the front, and then lots of bunk beds in the middle.
When do you ever need to whip something up in the kitchen when you're going 60 miles an hour?
It's just like a coffee maker.
You pass a Denny's every 10 minutes.
Microwave, coffee maker, refrigerator.
Right.
And since the bus goes through a lot of gas, you can, you go up to the bus driver, hey, next time you need to get gas, just pull over someplace with some food.
Right.
And, you get get someplace in the middle of, Kansas, and it's some, really awful, greasy...
Do you guys want to kill each other after, a month?
No, see, my goal is to make the bus transparent. It's like you play the show, hang out for a little while after the show while the gear's getting put away, whatever. You take a shower, you pass out in the bus, you wake up and you're in the next town, you get off, and you go about your day.
Sounds like someone put wheels on your bed.
Exactly.
All right. A lot of masturbation on the road. I've talked to a lot of these bands. This is, you have to. It's.
What about the fear of getting caught, though?
3 months.
It's
Who's going to catch you? Everyone on the bus knows what's going on. Bus driver's laughing his ass off. He's probably doing, whoa, yeah, sorry, squirrel ran out. Lazy.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah, I have a question.
All right.
Well, I'm a lesbian. I just started coming out this year.
How long have you been a lesbian?
Huh?
How long have you been a lesbian?
Well, I think I've always had kind of feelings towards my own sex for quite a while, but
how long since you started acting on that?
About a couple months ago.
Okay, and go ahead. What's the question then?
I was wondering if I should tell my mom about it.
Why do you want to tell your mom?
I don't know. I just kind of feel weird keeping it a secret from her because I keep a lot of stuff from her.
What else do you keep from her?
Well, I smoke. There's a lot of...
You don't feel compelled to tell her that, though?
No, she would kill me if I told her.
She'd be the wrong kind of mad if she found out about that.
Right.
That's just pissed off. That's not revenge mad.
Yeah.
This is hey mom, screw you mad.
Yeah.
Say, I have this theory that whenever kids insist on telling their folks about anything sexual, it's a little payback time. We have people who call up and they go, yeah, I'm 19 and I'm dating a black guy and I got to tell my dad. And they're like, I think he's going to flip out.
Dad's
And we
racist.
go, why? Oh, my dad's a racist and he used to beat me up pretty good when I was a kid. And anyway, he lives in Alaska, but I got to write him a letter. And I'm like, why are you telling him if you know he's going to freak out? Well, of course, it's payback time. You beat the crap out of me. I'm going out with Will Chamberlain.
Where's your dad, Lacey?
My dad doesn't live with me anymore. He doesn't live with us.
Do you want to tell him?
Huh?
Do you want to tell him?
No.
How come?
No.
No, I don't.
How come?
No payback.
Well, just because I don't feel that he needs to know anything about that.
Why do you feel your mom does need to know?
Just to keep things honest with her, I want to start becoming more honest with her. I haven't been all that...
Why don't you start with easier things? You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to be honest, it's good to be honest
Start with easier.
But I mean, for instance, when kids become sexually active, they don't typically announce it at the dinner table.
Yeah, did everyone tell their folks about the first wet dream, the first masturbatory experience, the first time they lost their virginity, or any of that? Hey, Dad, high five, I got a hand job in the school parking lot.
I mean, it's kind of nice if you could talk to parents about stuff like that, but it's not particularly realistic. And
But I was, like, I had a girlfriend for, like, a while, stuff, and we would make out in my bedroom, and I don't want her walking in on me, and that's the way she finds out.
Well, okay, let me just make sure we're at the bottom of this. You like your mom?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I like my mom.
Is she a good mom?
Yeah.
What are your issues with your mom?
how has she failed you?
Well, she works a lot. I wouldn't say she's a workaholic, but her job makes her one.
She's never
She
around?
works swing shifts, 12-hour swing shifts.
She didn't pay enough attention to you growing up?
No, she did.
Did somebody do something to you when she was away?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I had a cousin, stuff, and he did
All right, so
sexual things to
can you see how that would make you incredibly pissed off at Mom for having left you to this predator? I mean, it's not a realistic anger. It's not like you can intellectually think, I blame her for this. But in an
I blame my parents for the space shuttle disaster of '84.
But on an emotional level, it's, God damn it, she should have, if she didn't work so damn much, this wouldn't have happened to me. And she really failed me. She let me down. And you know what? Here we go.
Drew's so awesome.
Wait a minute. That was my idea, you bastard.
Hell, it was.
What?
We were both going the same direction, but...
Oh, please. I got the whole thing started, and Ken chimes in with what a genius you are. Come on, I want my props, Ken.
Well, come on. He went from, she's not around, she works swing shifts, and did something happen to you while she was gone, not just she didn't pay that much attention to you.
So obvious, so easy. I wouldn't even go there. Too easy. Like Greg Louganis doing a cannonball. Too easy.
All right, but look. So, Lacey.
Now everything Greg Louganis does sounds gay. Every dive. Name it like a pike with a full twist and a layout. Sounds gay. All right. So, Lacey, I mean, you got issues. And I mean, it doesn't mean you're not a lesbian, but we're just always suspicious of anybody. You're right, it's 100 degrees in here, Drew. We're suspicious of anybody who wants to tell their parents at age 16 about anything they're doing sexually, whether they're gay, straight, lesbian, bi, whatever it is.
They wouldn't be calling us if they really wanted to tell their parents about it. They would just be talking to their parents about it. You know what I'm saying? It would not be a big deal. It would be, I've got to announce it. It would be.
They wouldn't be looking for justification.
Yeah, it came up, and now they know, and I want them to know. But look, Lacey, worry about Lacey right now and about having enough friends and about staying connected with people you care about. And if Gay and Lesbian Youth Center give you some support, perhaps, if you need that sort of thing. And when you do have a developed network of friends, then it becomes time to tell your mom, okay, of course you want to tell her. You want her to know you for who you are.
All right. Let me just sell this call before we go to break. Matt?
Matt? Is he sleeping?
I don't know, but his question's regarding marijuana, so he may have his face buried in a bong. He may be wrestling his dog for the last scrap of meat. Hey, Matt?
Let's have Lisa go on with him or Sherry and wake him up.
Yeah. Lisa could wake up Stalin. She really could. I swear to God, I don't know what she says to these people, but, you know, we have a 2-hour show, and there's some people that are on hold. They call in 10 minutes before the show starts. So by the time we get to them, and they're calling from the East Coast, they're out. It's 3 in the morning where they're calling from, and they've been on hold for 2 hours, and they're gone. And I yell as loud as I can into this microphone, and I don't get anything out of them. I give them to Lisa. 10 seconds later, they're tap dancing. All right, so after that build-up, Lisa,
He just wasn't there.
I wasn't there. All right, she can still get him telepathically. Crystal Method is here, and we'll be back.
Loveline.
It is Loveline there, kiddies. Crystal Method, the Crystal Method is in here tonight. Sprung Monkey, the Sprung Monkeys are in here tomorrow night. Scott and Ken are in here from the Crystal Method, and that's about it. Very smart, you two.
Hey, wait. Some La Crescenta band news. What's that band?
Eve 6 is
Eve 6?
La Crescenta.
Oh, they are?
From our hometown.
They went to La Crescenta High, I believe.
As a matter of fact, we had Eve 6 in here, I do believe.
A month ago?
Maybe even less, but about a month ago. And I think I remember discussing that with them.
Yes, you did.
I do not hail from the fabulous La Crescenta, but I moved there along with 3 other male adults. There's nothing more pathetic than having roommates, and Bob's 28, Larry's 31, I'm 30, and we're all like living together in the same house, like some sort of bad gay fraternity. just not looking good at all. Chicks love it when you're dating and you're 30, 31, and you got a bunch of roommates, and you come home and they're fighting over who ate the last thing of macaroni and cheese. It's like, are you going to grow up anytime soon, or think this comedy thing's going to pan out? I got to know, because I'm not sure about the second date. Oh, but who's laughing now, Drew?
I don't know.
Okay, wise ass. Very funny. Very funny. Jennifer.
Hello?
Hey, you're 18.
Yes, I haven't had my period within over 4 months.
But you had been having it before that.
Yes.
Anything happen?
No, I was wondering if it was because of a change of diet or something like that.
If you have an eating disorder, that's certainly one way.
You start eating sand?
No.
You lost a lot of weight?
Yeah.
A lot of weight.
Well, I lost 20 pounds within 2 months.
Down to what? Down to what?
130.
Really?
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Well, it
seems like you got enough meat on you to produce a little blood, right?
Well, yeah, but it could be related to the diet. I mean, your period can be the hypothalamic pituitary function, the part of the brain that controls the period, can be very sensitive to all kinds of things: stress, depression, dietary changes.
We've isolated it to a certain part of the brain. Can we just cut that out?
It's a pretty important part of the brain.
Really?
It controls a few other things, too.
Yeah, but it would seem like a good trade-off. So they have no motor skills in the right side. I mean, it doesn't still seem like we'd come out ahead.
The pituitary is sort of the master gland in the body. It controls all the other
I rented that last weekend, the master gland.
Hey, but Jennifer, anything else? Any medications?
No.
Do any drugs? Anything else? Could you be pregnant? Which, by the way, is the leading cause of missing your period?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Get it checked out.
Making yourself throw up?
No.
How did you lose the weight?
Track?
What?
Track.
Track?
Yes.
Oh, so you're exercising excessively. A lot.
You gotta,
exercise more than dietary changes can cause your periods to get very much changed. So I suspect that's what it is. But you should see a gynecologist, because there can be other things that can cause ovarian failure. What cause you to stop having a period?
What made you decide to shed all the pounds?
I'm fat.
Well, you were fat?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You're certainly not now.
No.
Stop here.
Oh, 130, 5'4". She's not...
Well, she's running track. It's not
Don't do this to her.
Oh, no. You're looking good, Jennifer.
Okay, and I have another question to
Well,
ask.
I don't. Do you think she has a disorder or something?
Not necessarily. No.
She was 5'4", 160. She's 5'4", 130 now, and that sounds pretty good.
And she did it by exercising.
God bless her.
What's up? What's the other question?
Okay,
It has to do with laxatives.
Yeah.
well, I'll let my friend explain that to you because that's more of her question.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
See, usually when our listeners say "my friend," they put a little sock puppet on their left hand and speak in a muddled voice.
Adam, I think you are so gorgeous.
Really?
We've had a run on that lately. Now I'm getting
God.
sick.
He's
I'd like
totally
to pounce on you in a
fine, dude.
second.
It is so true. I'm so good looking, right, Ken?
Oh, God, hell yeah.
Jennifer, do you have any visual impairments? do a lot of acid?
No.
Oh, you're not Jennifer anyway. What's your name?
I'm, Candy?
Candy. Okay. Candy.
No, because I'm, like, Mexican, and my name is Dulce, but in English it's Candy.
Sweet. It's like sweets.
Yeah. Well, okay, I've been seeing this guy, like, for about a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, he's not circumcised, and I've, like, never been with the guy that wasn't circumcised.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
And, it's, like, gone down to a point where, like, I want to give him oral sex, but I'm scared because I don't know what that thing is even going to look like, you know?
Right. You don't want to get enveloped.
Yeah, and I don't know what to do. Is it any different, or is it handled the same? Or, like, I know it has a foreskin, but, like, when he's, like, in a ejaculate...
What are you, pre-med, Jennifer?
Are you still talking to Adam when you're talking
Well,
about
to
what's it
Dr.
like?
Drew or Adam.
Well, listen, I know about the pre-pews, and here's first thing you need to do is rent some of that Swedish erotica.
All right.
Because that's like an hour and 20 minutes of just foreskins.
Right, just give her some.
Well, listen, I swear to God, Drew, I know you don't like this angle, but you want to learn about how to handle a penis with a foreskin in an erect state.
Yeah.
You rent some of that to Euro porn.
They're 17. They're going to go into a porn shop and do that?
No, I'm 18.
Okay. They're 18. They're going to go to a porn shop and do that?
No, I'll go in there for you. I'll get you a six-pack, too. We'll go to the park. I got a gas-powered VCR.
But look, don't worry.
All right.
Candy, things are going to be fine. Don't worry.
No, there's no difference. You know why? Because when the guy gets an erection,
It comes out.
It pops out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like that. That groundhog that puts his head out of the hole to see how long the winter's going to be. It's kind of like it's not so much fur though.
If there's a shadow, it's going to be
If it sees its own shadow, it goes back into the hole.
No,
It's been a long winter.
Long winter if there's a shadow. So in Adam's case,
That's right.
short winter.
All right, there, Drew. It's going to be early fall for you when I sock you in the head, you jackass. Michael.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you're 18, Holmes.
Yeah, I wanted to see how the Crystal Method got started. I think they're the best.
Oh, thank you. Well, what happened was Ken and I met in Las Vegas, and both of us were working on music at the time, and we just, found out that we had the, things in common, and then we liked the same type of music, and it went from there. We moved to California and put together a studio, and discovered the rave scene of Los Angeles in the late 80s and early 90s, and so that sort of inspired us to continue on.
Yeah, because I saw you guys Halloween night in Oakland.
Oh yeah, that was a great show. There was like 15,000 people there.
And then
Could have been a better sound system, but
yeah.
How old were you guys when you met?
I was 18.
And Ken was 47.
47. Yeah.
And how old were you when you moved out here?
I was 20.
So you just known each other a couple of years.
Yeah.
And when you came
Just a year or two in Vegas.
in Vegas.
The La Crescenta was, you
They-
both grew up there?
No, they grew up in Vegas. They moved to La Crescenta.
I see.
They lived in a bomb
Moved to
shelter.
LA. Yeah.
And how did you support yourself when you first made the move? I mean, you had to take regular jobs, right?
Originally, when I came out here I was working for a producer out here, so I was a production assistant, second engineer, and then eventually a recording engineer.
Oh, I see.
And I just saved up money and threw a few like parties and DJ'd in Las Vegas and came out, and we went into more like production and we're working with rappers and different singers and doing remixes and different things like that. And eventually I went back to work because it's sort of dried up for a while, but we just continued on and continued making the music that we loved, and it sort of everything sort of turned around a few years later where
Not his penis, though. Didn't turn out.
That didn't turn around. Well, the good news is now, as I see it, is you guys came around just about the right time, and part of it being the right time means you created the time, but part of it is it's the right time. I mean, all of this music is going through the roof, and, I think if this was, 8 years ago, and Nirvana and, Pearl Jam, and, not that this stuff still isn't played, but I don't, with what was going on in that whole Seattle scene and all that stuff of the, late 80s, early 90s, or whatever it is, I don't think this stuff would have stood a chance. And the timing just couldn't be better. And then there's all the soundtrack stuff. And, every movie that comes out now has a Crystal Method-esque song.
It is funny. We get more offers to do for licensing and things. We have to say no a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're big time now.
No, it's just that for some reason, like every day, someone wants us to put our track in something.
Yeah, well, that's cool. It's at least flattering, and then you can pick and choose. All right, we're going to take a break. The Crystal Method is here. Drew is here, although you wouldn't know it. And we'll be back.
This is Tyra Banks, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Oh, yeah. Scott and Ken are both here from the Crystal Method. Actually, Ken isn't. He's out making nice with his gal pal. Dr. Drew's here. Sprung Monkey is going to be in here tomorrow night, and Sunday night, Natasha Lyonne. Natasha Lyonne is from the slums of Beverly Hills, and she was from that Woody Allen musical, Everyone Says I Love You. I think it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Very nice and real talented, too, and a real sort of up-and-comer, as they say. All right, we're going to take our traditional 10-second top of the hour break. I sort of sound like a DJ here.
No.
No?
No, don't worry.
I think I'm good.
No.
When are you guys going to start sampling me? All right. We'll be back in 10. We're going to do a Loveline sample extended dance mix. But engineer Dooley has not pried his ass off his chair to get it put on a CD for him. Although...
Kiss my ass, Adam.
Isn't this what that is?
This is what this is. It's just 2 years late, but that's all right. Because we'll be that much happier to have it when you come back. So you're going to take these two discs that Mike made, and it's got all the Drew drops and a few Adam ones in there, and you're going to cut it into something spectacular. Is that safe to say?
That's the plan. I think we'll have to do that just for you guys to have us back next time.
No,
we're going to do that in all our free time.
Then we'll make a video out of it.
Hey, wouldn't that be great if it became a huge hit?
Okay, man.
and then Drew, you dumped your wife, and we turned gay, and we started a magic act. I go right for the penis. I never let it go.
That's what would scare me.
That's right. All right, Jeff.
Hey, hello?
Hey.
Yep, we're here.
Hey, I find myself, smoking weed a lot. Like lately, I've been with these friends, and, they've really gotten me into it, and now, I can't stop. I know I'm not addicted because everybody says, you can't get addicted.
Well, of course you can. There's marijuana can be profoundly addictive for some people.
You just said you can't stop.
I mean...
Yeah, but he's not addicted. He just can't stop.
Dude, all I know, if I smoke pot, I want to sound just like you. Doesn't he have the coolest, pot-smoking voice?
Yeah.
How old are you?
14.
14.
Oh, wow, 14.
Hey,
I know I could stop if I really tried, but it's I can't bring myself to because I don't really want to.
Why?
Doesn't want to.
I want to, but then when I actually go to do it, I don't make enough of an effort.
What?
How about putting in a little bigger effort?
I don't know, it's hard. Just I'm around it a lot, with my friends.
Well, that's not marijuana addiction, typically. Marijuana addiction is really a preoccupation with that drug, and it develops very rapidly after a relatively short period of exposure, maybe 3 or 4 times. And people who are marijuana addicted preoccupy about that drug every day. They want to use the drug, and it has nothing to do with being around it. Heavy pot smokers are around it and might use it to manage feelings or to escape something, and it might be difficult for you to sort of confront these feelings without the pot. But that's not really addiction. That's more like you're depressed. There's something else going on. And believe me, the marijuana is going to make the depression worse eventually.
So I should just like try to stop?
You should.
I think it's a good idea. Yes, we're going with yes.
Yes, you should stop.
Did you misunderstand Drew into thinking he said smoke double up on the weed intake? Or?
Oh, yeah.
But you should get some help because I suspect there's something more here going on. Okay, Jeff?
Where can I get help?
Well, do you have a family doctor?
Yeah, but
He's not going to the family doctor.
I don't really want to go to a doctor.
You don't have to talk to him about, well, then go to MA. But you're 14, it's kind of hard to find that kind of thing.
It is? Why is it? I mean,
well, it's hard for a 14-year-old to walk in a room of adults, who are dealing with this particular problem.
Yeah, but you got to realize these adults have been smoking weed for the last 20 years. So they're all playing like a handheld Miss Pac-Man, and they're giggling, and they're talking about last Star Trek episodes from the mid-'60s.
That you know that there's.
Yeah, they're in an arrested state of development.
That's right.
So even though they're 34 and he's 14, they may only be 16 emotionally.
Right, but I think, though, there's something like psychiatric going on here, like he's depressed or something else, and he needs the physician to evaluate that to start with, to make sure it's not a medical problem causing it. I mean, it could be all kinds of reasons this has been precipitated.
All I know is, and I'm all for legalization of marijuana and all that kind of good stuff, but all I know is the guys I know who have smoked weed consistently for long periods of time, you can tell. For those who think it's completely harmless, for those who think it's not addicting, for those who try to make that distinction between psychologically addicting and physically addicting, it's all BS. Once you really get with it, you smoke it every day, you watch a little more TV, you spend a little more time on your ass, you slow down a little bit with your speech, and you say, what were we talking about, more than I do.
And where are my car keys? Where did I put those damn car keys? That's the number one complaint of my mom.
Really?
They can't find their car keys every day.
Drew, you don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, but listen. The deal is, though, there's some evidence now that there's coming in
car keys?
That there's actual brain shrinkage from marijuana. There's one study I pulled out for Ann that shows right frontal lobe shrinkage in 15 to 16-year-olds
so like Columbo was a pothead. Columbo was a pothead, Danny.
How do you figure?
Couldn't find anything.
Yeah. For Christ's sake. Ken, listen to me. You can't just pull that crap out of your ass once every half hour and expect us to follow along with you. So that's some Peter Falk reference from left field.
Such a flashback.
Now this is what I'm used
Got
to.
something from Mannix or Room 222 you want to try out on us? Please. There's a guy who doesn't smoke pot.
This is what I enjoy.
As far as I know. Scott.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good. I'm tired.
That sounds like you guys are having fun anyway.
Yeah, we do.
My question mainly is for Dr. Drew. Curious, I've been seeing a shrink for going on 10 months now, and I just don't feel I'm making any progress. I don't know what I talked to my sister who'd been seeing one for 2-3 years ago, and she said that she went through a couple of them until she found one that I guess she could deal with the issues that she had to deal with.
What are your issues?
I have trouble with relationships.
Why?
I guess it's fear of intimacy, maybe.
Why?
My childhood was, I don't know if disruptive is the word. I mean, my mom got divorced when I was probably 3, and they got remarried when I was 4.5, and
funny you say your mom got divorced.
Well, I didn't get divorced.
Well, your dad.
Most people's parents get divorced, though.
I don't remember my dad being around. I mean, I was.
So you never know your dad.
No, I mean, no. Well, he was there, but I can't remember anything back from. I mean, I've seen, 8mm film and stuff, but I can't remember anything. Probably 4 or 5 is the first memories I have of anything that I can remember.
All right.
And
all right, so there's some heavy issues of abandonment and some chaos in your family.
And I mean, my stepfather was a good provider, I guess in the material sense, but he was a generation older than my mom, and he had 2 kids from his previous marriage that were grown and out of the house. So
what kind of work are you doing? What kind of therapy are you doing?
Individual, or what do you mean?
Yeah, you're just sitting and talking for an hour?
Yeah, and I guess part of the problem is, I went through a little bit of that when I was in college.
How many times a week are you going?
Once a week now, for about 15 minutes.
What's the level of training of
He's a doc. He's a doctor.
He's an MD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no drugs involved.
I would not expect much for you to notice a substantial change for 3 or 4 years. I really wouldn't.
Let's translate $75,000 from now. You're gonna feel marginally better about yourself.
I guess the thing is, I don't know what the expectation should be so much as, I mean, there's really no agenda whatsoever. I go in and talk about whatever.
All right. Hey, Scott?
Yeah.
All right, let me say a couple of things. My dad's a shrink.
Okay.
And even though we don't talk, I still know a lot about the subject.
Right.
Actually, we do talk. I've done therapy off and on my whole life, pretty much. And as a matter of fact, I can't think what the hell I was talking about. I was telling my shrink I was going to the batting cage after I saw him on Monday. It was a strange conversation. But the point is
I hope there's one.
No, there isn't. Okay, here's the first thing. Shrink, going to the shrink, especially for the first time, and Drew, see, you'll appreciate this analogy. It's like you broke your shin bone and it didn't heal right. And you've been limping around for 10 years, and now you're going to the doctor. Well, what they got to do is they got to re-break it, and they got to reset it. So it's actually worse than it was when you limped in. Right. You limped in, but you're going out in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. Sometimes it's got to get worse before it gets better because they got to break a few things down.
A friend of mine, a psychiatrist, said if you're having fun at therapy, there's something wrong with the therapy.
Oh,
if it feels good, it's not, something's wrong.
No, I'm definitely not having fun, but I guess it's the point where there's no real agenda on anything. We're not.
All right, but that you know,
the time when you won't want to go is there's always a time when you don't want to go, and that's the time you got to go. That's what it's all about. Is hanging in with this stuff, the desire to leave and get out of it, and devaluing it.
And the agenda's up to you, by the way.
Yeah, whatever the experience is that makes you want to devalue and get out of it is exactly what you need to go through to getting the other side of that, where you actually really do start to hang in with some more genuine feelings.
And I don't know any shrinks that are very good. I just know ones are bad.
I mean, basically,
the good ones just sit there. Let me say this, and then you say your thing, Drew.
Yeah.
Here's what therapy is. You pay $100 once a week. You sit there, and you talk about whatever it is that's going on in your life. And that's the process. The part about him giving you advice is that's not it. It's not. These aren't gypsies. They're not tarot card readers. They're not even guys who do, they're not going to plan anything in your life. They're going to sit there, and you're actually paying to sit in some office and talk. But that's the therapeutic part.
It's a little bit more specific than that. They do nudge you a little bit to keep you moving in a good and appropriate direction. This is in basic psychotherapy, not an analysis or anything like that. And basically, it's an empathic person who hangs in with you and helps you experience emotions with the presence of another person who's emotionally present for you while you go through some mess.
And it helps you. And
that's it. You just go through your
work it out.
No. They
don't deny the guests that way, Drew.
But it's like but as he's talking and he's reliving these experiences that turned him into the person he is, he's working it out and he's figuring out why he is this way, and it is.
You know what? He may just be able to experience feelings more fully because there's a person there present in a real way for him.
What I'm saying is the person who has a problem is figuring out that what has brought him to this point, and he's working out his own problems. And the like, I'm agreeing with you. And like the shrink is listening, and he's prodding him, and he's helping him open up those doors that will eventually help him get better.
It doesn't sound to anyone like this guy just wants to be comfortable with the problems he already has, and he went into this. The first thing he said was seeing this shrink. It sounded like he was so not interested in getting any help from this person.
He's devaluing it. There's a stage where you go into they start devaluing.
Like sister talked him into it, and he's not getting anywhere. He looks like he's calling up here to get an excuse not to go anymore.
That's correct.
True. And it's not the chiropractor, everybody. It's not that thing. You don't pay, you don't get adjusted, and then walk out feeling better. You walk out feeling worse, but over the course of a little bit of time, you're better. It's more like the gym than it is the chiropractor.
I want to make it clear that people do think that somehow they're going to come out with some information or some insight, and they may not. They may just be developing a more realistic connection with another human. That's it. Maybe all there is.
My shrink put a centipede machine in his office last
That's nice.
week, so I could play while, you know how you do some of your best talking when you're really focusing on something, and you're like doing some body English, and you're like yelling and pounding. Damn, yeah, come on.
You sure it wasn't for him?
Well, maybe it was. Yeah, that's right, because he was kind of anxious about playing.
No, a little bored about it.
Yeah, I kept saying, "Hey, you paying attention? I'm not done with my family life." Yeah. You got a quarter? Can you break a single? Crystal.
Hi.
Hey, you're 16.
Yes, I am. How are you guys doing?
We're all doing well.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Anyways, I was just wondering, because, like, I went down on a guy a couple, like, weeks ago, and I was just wondering if the semen digests in your system, or, like, where does it go, or what?
No, it's like gum on the bottom of a diner table.
Oh, are you serious, or are you lying?
He's lying.
Okay.
It'll be
'cause,
digested in some way.
I really don't know, because, like...
Why should semen have... Listen, you can eat a chicken bone and you'd crap it out within 18 hours.
That's
Why
right.
does semen have some sort of a magical power?
Because, like, my friends have, like...
Please, Mike, I'm going to vomit with that.
No, like, my friends have, like, told me, like, it just stays inside, because that rapper, Little Kim or something, like, I guess she had to have her stomach pumped or something.
Right. Her and
like,
David Bowie. Or Rod
she, like-
Stewart, yeah.
I guess she, like, sucked so much she had to, like,
It's true.
I don't know, get pumped out or something.
Yeah, I was, you see, Little Kim, by the way, we had on the TV show a few years ago, and why does it sound like I'm talking into a
There we go. It's
snorkel?
better.
Okay.
I'm just kind of...
Hold on, quiet down there, Crystal. You don't have any kids, do you?
Oh, no, of course not.
What was that I heard in the background?
That's my pager.
No, not that. I predicted that. What? No, before I heard like a child's voice in the background.
Oh, no. That's my sister's kid. I'm watching it right now.
All right.
Trust me on that one. I'm not, like, no.
All right. How old's your sister?
She's 21?
All right. Is that her first kid?
Yeah.
All right. That's enough out of her.
And she's married.
All right.
So she's all good. But I was just, like, I was wondering because I'm
All right.
kind of curious
Crystal.
what happens to it. Huh.
What happens
It digests,
to it?
Crystal. It digests.
What happens to peanut butter?
It goes bye-bye.
Listen, and this whole thing, when I was in junior high, the story, if you remember, Drew, was that Rod Stewart story.
I think
It's now gone on to-
high school, every 4 years, it's a different person.
Right.
That, so.
Rod Stewart drank 3 quarts of male semen, and he had to have his stomach pumped. Okay, now, first off, even if you did drink a gallon of semen, you wouldn't have to have your stomach pumped. You just hack it up, right?
You're certainly not running to the emergency room.
Number 2,
Where's the semen store?
where is this, where's this golden semen cow that you're getting a gallon of semen out of? Or did just like 300 guys whack off into a tumbler and then feed it to Rod? But, you know, it's great.
It's very peculiar.
That's Rod Stewart. The great thing about being 13 or 14 is you're walking home from school and you hear about Rod Stewart? What happened? His stomach pump, huh? What happened? Drank a gallon of semen. Ooh. Jeez, that ain't great. So anyway, tomorrow we got a test coming up. You know, it's like you just you
Semen
go
is
right with
basically
it.
just mucus. So we go, if you do that, swallow that, same thing.
Oh, I mean, it's like I've gone down on myself every time I get a cold?
Same thing, same stuff, basically.
Oh, please, Drew, you're going to make me gross myself out now. I
point
won't
is that,
swallow now.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the way.
All right. Please. She's just 16 years old and asking such nonsensical questions. Man, our educational system in this country is failing us, Drew. What happens? The semen just collects. Some kind of hollow leg filled with semen. Alex.
Hey!
Hey, Al.
Okay. Well, I got some questions. I'm just amazed how many people don't really know that much stuff about what's going on with their bodies, and it's just, weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd, you know, back in the 60s.
weird.
It's back in the 60s, you know, you'd think, you know, not a lot of people talked about the birds and the bees, but now there's all these books and people are more open.
Hell, you got the internet.
Huh?
You have no excuse for not being a gynecologist if you're 15 and know how to work a computer. Hey, Alex.
Yo.
Tell your friend I'm going to come in there and kick him in the nuts if you don't
Hey,
shut
Dave's
up.
gonna kick you in your nuts.
Get over here. I'll kick you in the nuts.
All right. You want a piece of me, punk?
No, Adam, you're cool.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, okay. What else was that? Okay, about your thing. You don't believe that weed is physically addictive?
Of course it is.
It's
what
whatever
about you? What about
addictive.
you?
Who are you asking?
Okay, I believe that it's just mentally addictive, and only weak people can get addictive, because I've been doing it since I was 13, and I can stop whenever I want to. It's like nothing I need. So.
Well, Alex, you just don't seem to stop, though.
Huh?
You haven't stopped yet, have you?
Yeah, I haven't done it for like 3 months already.
Shut up. Yeah, you have.
No, I haven't.
That's I take that I can't say.
Hey, listen. Heckle, Jackal, I got to go.
No!
You guys fight over the roach cliff. Please.
Got no poster child for marijuana dependency.
Get that hanger unwrapped so you can scrape them resins.
Look, it's not even open for discussion whether or not it's physically addictive. I mean, it is not for everybody that way, but a subset of alcoholics and a small percentage of other persons get profoundly addicted to this drug. And I mean, it is a serious form of addiction. Most people don't, and even people who smoke a lot of it aren't necessarily addicted. But there is a syndrome of marijuana addiction, and it is. I'm just telling you, in terms of dealing with it in a clinical setting, it's like dealing with heroin addiction. It is that kind of power over people.
And try to quit anything you've been doing for 10 years daily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen, if your addiction, you either can stop or you can't. And if you can't, you're addicted. And I will tell you the overwhelming scientific evidence is that that's because of a biological event.
Maybe what they're talking about with the distinction between physical addiction and mental addiction is your body takes over. Like your hand starts reaching for the bong and your mind yells, stop it, and your hand goes, F you, I'm having a bong load. And then your other hand, which is the good hand, grabs that hand and starts wrestling it, and the bong water spills, and then the good hand drops the bong, or the bad hand drops the bong and goes right for your throat. And before you know it, you're... Is that true, Drew? Okay. See, I can't play to this kind of audience. You understand? I got like a sack of potatoes over here I'm looking at. This is performers need an audience.
They like your stuff.
That's why I'm not blaming them.
They don't have to listen to it every night.
Yeah, they do. They listen every night. Don't you?
Most.
That's right. That's what I love about the boys. They understand genius, that's all. All right, the Crystal Method is here. We're going to hear coming back after we come back. We're going to go to a song, so go back in the hall. All right. All right. What's up with the TV show? They just ordered 100 more episodes. So, Drew, you know, it's kind of funny, but I've noticed ever since...
Other one.
Oh, the Man Show. Yeah, the Man Show is still at ABC, and should either they'll put it on, or if they don't, somebody else is going to put it on. I can't get into the details, but I guarantee the Man Show will be on the air in a few short months, and then I'll leave this whole mess behind me. Drew's just going to be like, I'll put you in the same category as Nam. It's just going to be a bad memory, man. Just move right on.
I see Drew on talk shows everywhere now, man.
Yeah, he's got a publicist. I got pride. I don't beg my way onto anything, you know. They ask me, what are we doing Sunday? Doing Hollywood Squares again? You guys know you're jealous. You wish you could be in that square with me and Drew. Oh, you know you've arrived, baby, when you're doing Hollywood Squares. Second time in like 3 or 4 weeks, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Got a nice green room. Me and Drew play video games, eat a nice buffet.
One of our biggest compliments was when Scott found somebody doing bootleg T-shirts at one of our shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like, all right.
Yeah, it's quite an homage, isn't it? Did you just run into the guy, or did you hear that he was pedaling?
He came up to me while we were way after the show, and I was getting on the bus, and he's like, "Hey, man, you want to buy one of these T-shirts?" I looked down, and I'm like, "How much are they?" It had their logo right across the front, and he goes, "Man, for you, it'd be $10." I go, for me, yeah, because that's me right there. And he goes, "What? Oh, man." And he just started, when he walked away.
You know, the great thing about T-shirts that are sold in front of concerts or sporting events, on the way in, it's $35 for a T-shirt, and on the way out, you get 5 of the sweatshirts with the hood for $5. I mean, they are willing to deal because they know Kenny Loggins ain't coming to town for another 5 years, and they're going to be
date on there.
They're going to be stuck wearing a different Kenny Loggins shirt every day for the next year unless they can move some merchandise. It also shows that it must cost them a nickel to make because the price just drops right out the floor. All right, Vegas is, of course, the CD that's making all the waves for the Crystal Method. And, Mike, yeah, this one's called Coming Back. The Crystal Method.
But then it was happening in industry all over the place. So it's happened. Excuse me.
That's all right. Finish your thought. Coming Back is the name of that one. Who was that singing? Did we talk about her last time you were in here?
I don't think we did.
Trixie Reese. She's a performance artist and
She used to be bi-coastal, and we got her to sing a couple of things when she was on the West Coast, but now she lives pretty much all the time in New York.
Yeah. And how do you go about, how do you seek her out, and how does that whole process work?
Totally just bizarre. We're sitting around, a friend of mine plays me this cassette of this totally bizarre, really poorly
Hold on a
recorded
second. Drew,
four-track.
with the chair. I swear I'm gonna break that chair like it was John Belushi in the stairway with an acoustic guitar. I can't take that chair anymore rubbing on the console. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, it's just a really non-singer four-track with just all vocals, were all the instrumentation, no drums, no other instruments, and we just thought it might be something to work with, so we brought her in, and we came up with that track.
yeah, she's a really, really great singer who's works well with us and who works well with us and who will probably, you'll probably hear more from her in the near future, I'm sure.
Well, I'd like to hear more from anyone named Trixie. I really would. Did she name herself Trixie?
Yeah.
She did.
Her mom watched The Honeymooners line.
Yeah, that was, as far as I know, there's no fictitious Trixie. There's
Not since 1940.
Trixie, there was Speed Racer's girlfriend. He had the word speed in his name, and her name was Trixie. And they hung out with a chimp. And there's not some drug abuse going on there, but she was there.
Chimp.
She didn't like Trudy. That was the name we always knew her by. And then she started, when we were recording Jaded, which is another song off the album. She was, I want to change. I just don't like Trudy. I was like, well, we love Trudy. That's a great name. And then I said, well, what about Trixie? And it was, same sort of sound and.
You were joking, though.
I was joking, but I was.
We were working on this.
playfully-
We were working on a song that had this one recurring, really bizarre loop that kind of made her sound like a Vietnamese whore, and that's actually how it sort of. No, it did.
No, I was thinking of Speed Racer. I just thought.
Oh, dude,
Didn't Speed date a Vietnamese whore for a couple episodes?
No, because she named her publishing company Love You Long
I
Time
know
Music.
that was how that came out. Not the name Trixie.
All right. Well, however it was derived, it works.
All right, I knew part of that story.
Mark.
Hi, yeah.
Hey, you're 18.
18. I was just wondering how long you have to wait after you climax, because when I masturbate, I kind of built up like an endurance, so I have it down.
How long do you have to wait?
No, I don't have to wait. It's just.
But that was your question.
How long do you?
It's not like eating a sandwich and then going into the pool. You understand, Mark?
Yeah, I'm.
Whenever you can do it, is when you can do it.
Again?
I'm still going at it and everything. It's just that, it's better when you climax. And it takes me now only like less than 10 minutes, and I can do it again. And just wondering if it's like healthy.
Hey, Mark.
It's fine, Mark. Don't worry.
Mark.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life, but I'm going to tell you one thing you can't do. You can never be an air traffic controller. All I need is Mark sitting up there in the tower while I'm plowing into a cornfield in the DC-9. With the landing gear, oh, Christ. All right, who's buying lunch trucks here? I've never heard a worst explanation on anything. You want to know when you can masturbate again after you've masturbated once?
No, I've built up an endurance.
Right.
Through masturbation.
Sure.
You want us to throw you a party or something?
No, it's just that.
Can you guys dedicate your next album to his penis?
Last one for you was Coming Back. That was for you, baby.
Yes.
It's just that now it's like it's stronger or something.
Right. You've created a super penis.
Yes.
You think it is in danger of taking over the world, or is the democracy safe? As long as you got your pants up.
I don't want to harm anything.
Mark, you're fine.
I think the point is if you use your penis for good, it can be an incredible learning tool and a weapon for humanity. But on the other hand, if the penis falls in the wrong hands, it's going to be catastrophic. Mark, you smoke much weed?
Every once in a while.
Yeah, all right. Let's slow down on that. Listen, whatever you've done with your penis, it's fine.
Okay.
All right, we still love you.
All right.
All right. Guys just want to talk about their penis, I found. Sometimes they don't have well-formed questions. It's just something about their penis.
I still don't know this question.
No, I don't either.
I think what he was getting at was that through constant masturbation, he was able to sort of challenge his penis to climb
It's like it was
the
taking
highest
longer,
mountain
it
or
was taking
something.
longer to climax, but he had shorter periods between refractory. Refractory periods were shorter. And does that mean he hurt something?
Well, I wasn't getting that at all. I was just getting that how was this going to affect all his constant drilling, pardon the pun, how was it going to affect him when it wasn't a drill, when it was an actual sexual emergency and he was with a woman? Or at least that was my own spin on it.
None of it sounded like problems.
It's the beauty of a lot of our callers. It's like good art. You know, you just stand there and everyone stands in front of it and has their own feelings about what the artist had in mind. Except for instead of a canvas, you have the guy's nutsack. All right, the crystal method is here. Drew, why don't you sell one of these calls and really do a bang-up job this time?
No. All right. Brandy wants to know how she can get her daughter to therapy after molestation by Brandy's dad. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, all right. That's a little bit of a downer.
The rest are...
The rest are downers? All right. Well, we'll make some fun out of it. All right. Short on pants. Yeah. All right. Well, let the festivities begin. This is the Loveline. The Crystal Method is here. Scott and Ken. And Ken, I'm guessing it was Ken of the Crystal Method, has brought in a old friend of mine. Someone I really feel like I know probably better than I actually do. The fabulous Holly Body. And Drew, you can see where Holly got her name. I mean, the body part. Yes. Drew tends to clam up whenever we have ladies who've made their mark in the adult film business in here because his mom, ooh, that's a Freudian slip. His wife's, her foot will make her mark on Drew's groin if he says anything. So he has to. It's a sort of silent protest that Drew wages here. But we all know he's all penis and smiles. It's just he won't let anything go over the radio. So let's just digress for a second. Let me just talk to Holly for a second.
Then we got that heavy call.
All right, but that's why I want to talk to Holly first. You met Ken, and you came in with Ken tonight.
Yes.
And we met before.
Yes.
At
the gym.
At the gym.
Yes, we did.
I was in the smoking section. I had a six-pack, my pants around my ankles, and I was smoking in a corner that was roped off at the gym. And I saw Holly doing like some sort of vaginal aerobics or something. And
weight training, Jared.
Weight training. And I made my way across the floor, and I introduced myself because I recognized Holly from her work in the adult film industry. Although I didn't recognize her tonight because she has more wigs than Phyllis Diller.
Wigs?
I mean, her hair changes. She had the Bo Derek look at the gym, and this look is much more becoming. I really enjoy this. Yeah. Now tell us what's up with Holly. I mean, are you still doing the movies?
No, I actually did a movie for Playboy last night.
For Playboy?
Yes, we did. We did Girls on Ice skating.
Oh, really?
Do you ice skate, Adam?
No, but I'm guessing you don't either. Except for if I skate around nude with my hairy ass, there'd be a lawsuit.
Believe it or not, I do, and I did.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did, and we do.
It's good. When's that coming out?
That should be out hopefully within a couple months.
Are you doing any more hardcore stuff?
No, nothing more hardcore.
When did you finish that?
I finished that about a year ago. I haven't done a movie with
And you're not getting back in?
No, I don't plan on to.
Oh, come on, just one?
They're still playing me all over Spice.
No kidding.
You don't need any more of me.
You know what I got? You know what I got? I got at home. I got. Oh my God! What the hell movie is that one? Oh, for Christ's sake, I can't. play Jizzy for me or something. I can't
come on,
think,
you
and
can
I
do
swear
better
to
than
God, I can't. I'm gonna. No, I'll tell you the movie I have with you in it. Jenna Jameson's first movie.
Total Recall?
No.
Oh, you have the, I was wearing leopard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're in the detective's office.
Yeah, I was
I was just watching that.
Do you like that?
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, you're great.
Oh, let me tell you. Holly is spectacular in the nude.
Thank you.
She really is. I mean,
you can check me out at the Industrial Strap
that's
in
good.
North
Here,
Hollywood.
plug away, baby.
Plug away, baby.
It's all yours. We're going to run a half hour long while you plug go.
Oh, please.
Holly really, I mean, Drew, you're a doctor. Have you seen, you've seen Holly's body. Look at that.
Yes.
Is that spectacular? Show Drew your breasts, could you please? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Come on, touch her hand. Touch her. Oh, okay. Can I do it? Oh. All right. No, you're hurting me. Oh, my God. No.
Was that good for you?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Your hat's on crooked. What's wrong?
Oh, my God.
You're so cute.
All right.
What the goes your
my
head?
Wasn't I just complaining about this pile of ass?
That's
for
so
Christ's
cute.
sake. Oh,
Drew,
man.
come here.
Oh, I got to pull that video out when I get home. Oh, I got to tell you. Oh, that's tremendous. Look at that. Oh, she's got a butt. You bounce a quarter off that thing like a Marine barracks. Look at that. Mike. Oh, my God. That thing is hard as rock. That is tremendous.
Thank you.
She's a woman who takes some pride in her work.
See, I'm spinning classes.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank
All right, so why are you not doing any more of the hardcore stuff? Is that intentional?
It's too dangerous.
Too dangerous, what with the HIV and all that, and getting poked in the eye and everything?
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm saying it's more dangerous than just venereal disease in that
Seriously,
business.
too
All
many
right.
things that you're serious.
Oh, yeah. All right. Boy,
But you can't get that from dancing, which I
right.
do at the Industrial Strap.
Plug away. Go ahead.
In North Hollywood.
Yeah. Now, where's that in North Hollywood?
It's on Farmdale Avenue, off of Van Owen and Lancashire.
Yeah. I used to go to the one on Lancashire. You know, they got the Venus Fair over there.
Yes,
and
exactly. But the Industrial Strip is much more classy,
right.
much prettier.
What nights are you there? You there all the
I'm
time?
there Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be in.
So come in. Yeah.
You're coming with me. We're doing lunch there. I'm going to buy us a hoagie and a pitcher, and we're going to bond.
Well, that sounds pretty good to me.
All right. All right, Holly.
Thank you.
Take your breast and
Bye-bye.
leave the studio. Thank
you, guys.
Actually, leave one of them. Leave one of them. All right. One quick shot while you're back there, please. Just no. You know what? No, don't hit me on the head with them. Oh, for Christ's sake! Hey, listen. I can't breathe. I swear to God, you're going to break this chair. Drew, would you take over this house? Please. Okay. Oh, baby.
Okay. I really do want to talk to
for
Brandon.
Christ's sake.
Okay.
I swear to God. Oh, no, Drew, I have a heart attack.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
I put him on the glass once for Ann. She likes that.
Brandy.
All right.
Brandy.
Hold on. I got to get my headphones back. Let me tell you, that's more than I got in high school. Right there.
I hate to spoil life.
No, Brandy, listen, I really want to get to you.
All right, hold on.
Go ahead while Adam's recovering. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Hi.
Where are those headphones?
I have a 15-year-old daughter.
Yes, I've got Brandy. Go ahead.
Anyway, I got a 15-year-old daughter who, she came clean to me about when she was 10 and told me that my father had been molesting her.
So her grandfather.
Yeah, my dad.
Had he done anything like that to you?
Pardon?
Had he ever done anything like that to you?
If he did, I don't remember. I know that, I was always quite the daddy's girl, you know, and, he pretty much took every virginity of my girlfriends in high school.
What?
We did drugs together. And
You and your dad?
Yeah.
So he's still a drug addict?
No, he smoked pot with me a few times, and he let us have beer parties and stuff like that in high school, you know, and everybody always thought I had the coolest dad in the world, and...
Yeah, that's not... People have a misconception about what good parenting is. Good parenting are not usually the cool ones.
Right, well, you don't know that when you're growing up, you know?
I know.
And so, anyways, my daughter came and told me when she was 10 that he'd been doing this stuff, you know, so I had him arrested and thrown in prison.
Wow.
And we moved out here to Phoenix, trying to get our lives back together. Well, we went through counseling up till about, a year and a half ago. and she's 15 now, and she pretty much doesn't want to go.
To counseling.
Right.
She'd been going how long?
Huh?
She had been going how long?
She went for about 2.5, almost 3 years.
Same therapist?
Yeah, she had one different one for a little while, but for the most part, the same ones and the same kind of treatment,
And now she wants to stop that.
Well, we haven't gone for over 1.5 years, and she thinks that she can heal herself a lot, but she's going into high school this year, and she's got a lot of guy friends, but she's not having sex. She's real open with me. We've got a pretty good relationship.
That's what Holly's mom thought.
Yeah.
Believe me, you don't know. She could be lying.
This is true.
Oh, yes.
But she's got a lot of anger, She vents. She doesn't know how to vent.
All right,
her
Brad,
anger
you just got to get her
properly.
back in treatment with that same therapist.
But I can't convince her to go.
You may have to find a way to leverage it.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
your mom, you can find a way. I mean, you do carry some degree of control still. Just think about how you dealt with her when she was a lot younger, how you got her to do things, and it still tends to work at 15. You got to really require it, and there's just no discussion about it. You just certain things you expect her to do, and she may stonewall when she gets in there, but she just has to go every week.
Right, my headphones were broken, my glass eye popped out, I don't know what's going on.
All right, but listen, Brandy's got some heavy stuff, and thank God she had how hard it'd be for her to get her dad arrested. When finding out her dad, who was somebody that she idealized, molesting her daughter. It's
it's weird. I look at it like the biggest tragedy in my life would be like having my car stolen.
So this,
and I got car insurance.
You can't even imagine this.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, where does this rank even on having your entire house burned down?
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But thank God,
it's 10 times.
She's getting her help. She's got her life back together. She's taken all the appropriate action. I mean, this is a much better situation than we're used to hearing about.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll work out okay.
All right.
But, Brandy, don't be afraid to be the parent. You don't have to be the buddy, and you may not be the buddy for a long time to come, and that's what she needs from you.
Oh, can you? Did you imagine how much you'd?
Yeah.
I know it happens every day, but it is just
shattering.
It is not only, and not only is it like sort of horrifying. It's bizarre. That. Hey, there's my granddaughter. Ooh, I'm getting a little horny. I mean, I'm getting an erection because my 4-year-old's in the room. I mean,
Did she say
that
something
is
about
bizarre.
All of her friends lost their virginity to him?
Basically, he was the party guy, and he was doing this to other teenagers, and they were doing drugs with him. I mean, the guy's a criminal.
Yeah.
Good. Glad he's in the pokey. And you know why they call it the pokey? Oh, yes.
So, you find your glass eye?
No. But it didn't work anyway, so I don't need it. I just need the one good one. All right, listen, I got to go. I'm suing Holly. I swear to God, my neck hurts. Drew, you're a doctor. I want you to look at me seriously. I want an evaluation. I make a little money off this thing. All right. Oh, Christ. My girlfriend was listening to that. She's going to believe me. If my neck wasn't broken, if Holly didn't break my neck with her breasts, my girlfriend's going to break it with like a crescent kick. And listen, I seriously, as God is my witness, all you a-holes, I know my girlfriend, she probably goes to bed about 11 o'clock at night, 10:30. She may listen to 5 minutes of this show. You yentas who work with her, who feel it's your job to inform her of everything that goes on in this show, I swear to God I know who you are. I'll make your life miserable.
Kiss my ass, Adam.
I don't want any of that, guess what, conversation in the hallway tomorrow. Do you understand me?
We faked the whole thing anyway, didn't we?
That's right. If I hear a thing back from my girlfriend tomorrow that somebody at work told me something, I saw firebomb that whole goddamn place, I swear to God. God is my witness. I make good money now. I'll pay a drifter $100. He'll take you out. Believe me. All right, we'll be back.
You all right?
All right. What day is it?
It's Wednesday, the 19th.
Are you asking me, do we got to do this junk tomorrow, too?
Yeah. We got Sprung Monkey.
Oh, screw them.
What's that?
Sprung Monkey. What's that band?
Oh.
They put out that song. They're playing it. They got that new wave hit. They're playing it all over the place. Right, Ann?